Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network channel on YouTube. I'm your host, Mr. Prime Real Estate, Rick Davis.
And I'm your host, the Texas Real Estate King, Larry W. Brooks.
Every week, the King and I will provide you exclusive access to our network of lenders, investors, and real estate professionals from both the commercial and residential real estate sectors.
Now, are you millionaire minded? Or maybe you're a millionaire in the making. Make sure that you subscribe so you can get connected to the network. And always remember, the Prime Real Estate Network, where millionaires are in the making.
Create wealth for generations.
What's up, Prime Real Estate Network listeners? It's your man, Larry W. Brooks, a.k.a. the Texas Real Estate King. Hey, when you get a moment, go ahead and go over to shoplwb.com. You can see the Pure Hustle merchandise that we had over there, some of our newer items that we have in stock, and of course, I got all the books that I've authored. I'd love for your support. You have a great day.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. I'm your host, Rick Davis. If you don't follow me on social media, I invite you to do so at Prime Real Estate Rick. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential or commercial real estate anywhere in the great state of Texas, but especially here in our lovely city of Houston, you can reach me directly on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Rick. As always, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you this week, and we have a really exciting show planned for you all. And I want to invite everyone that's checking us out live on YouTube to get involved in today's show. Leave myself and the Texas Real Estate King a relevant real estate question in the comments section, and you may very well have the opportunity to have your question chosen to be answered on today's show. I want to take a little time to give a huge shout out to our super producer, Jay Joseph, who does all the work behind the scenes to bring this show to you guys each and every Thursday. And a big, huge shout out to the team over at Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm. I want to introduce my co-host. He is not only a highly successful real estate broker, a multi-time author, serial entrepreneur, the proud proprietor of the Pure Hustle clothing brand. I want to thank him so much for sitting in with us this week on the Prime Real Estate Network. And I want to introduce our audience, the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks. What's going on?
Yo, what up, Rick? What up, Rick? Hey, man, I'm really liking the way that West office is looking on you, man. It's like your sound is more perfect. Your background is so much more displayed. I don't know what's going on, man. Yeah. I'm just seeing a different energy over there, man.
Hey, look, man. Hey, I'm glad you noticing, man. It is, man. Everything is buzzing over here. Really excited. Miss Jackie Curry and myself, man. We just over the moon to get everything going as far as
no doubt.
Dialed in from that standpoint, man. So You're right, man. I appreciate you for noticing, man. Oh, and big huge shout out to everybody over at Champion School of Real Estate over there on the west side. I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that when you see Mr. Larry W. Brooks show up on campus, man, I'm doing everything I can to show up there with you, brother, and make sure we wave that flag for the Brooks & Davis West office as high as possible, man. So,
okay.
Hey,
I like that, man. Listen, I already got the date scheduled, so I'm just gonna have to go back to the calendar and add your end on them, man. So,
hey, man, look, man, I promise you, I want to make sure we commit to that on air, man, so they can hold me to it. Y'all gonna see me over at Champions. What's been going on this week, brother, man? How's everything been going in the world of the Texas Real Estate King?
You know, man, this new year has flown by, man. We're on the 29th day of February, man, and it's just flying by, man. So I would just say things have just been busy, man. It seems like I'm a 4 a.m. or so, getting up, getting peace with myself for my first 2 hours, and then getting over to the gym. But man, it's been a busy week, and it seems like Thursdays run up on us just as quick as a Saturday ends, right?
Right, man. It's really exciting, man, because everything in Houston, the market, man, everything is buzzing, man. Oh, yeah. All of the new home sales people been reaching out to me, man. There's a lot of good things going on in the new home community. A lot of our sellers, man, really excited to be putting their homes on the market right now. The lenders have some really generous loan programs that they've been showing all of the agents over at Brooks & Davis, that they've been spotlighting on social media, man. So it's a great time to be here and to get involved in the real estate, the whole real estate sphere, man, buyers, sellers, and investors.
Yeah, I'll say this as well too. If you are a realtor out there and you're not sure if you're happy where you are, and you want to come and experience a practice, take a practical ride with the Brooks and Davis vehicle and what it is that we offer and the things that we provide for agents, come on. We don't have a problem with that. We're not going to pressure you to leave where you are. If you want to come in, listen to my speakers, listen to the special guests that we come in. We have an amazing calendar that we put out, and it's full of activities, full of events. Just be our guest. You know, no pressure, none of that. Just come fellowship, come learn, and that's fine. So you have an open invitation from myself to come hang out at any of our locations that's ever doing anything. If you follow my Instagram page, I always post a calendar of events, and you can definitely participate in those calendar of events.
Hey, look, I want to definitely give you a big, huge shout out, Larry, because you're not just offering this now. This is something that's been a staple, a foundational part of the Brooks and Davis real estate firm family is the affiliate program. You and Michael have always opened the doors of the brokerage up to not only our family members, the agents that work with us, but also anyone out there in the real estate sphere that want to come and learn and interact, because that networking, man, one of the things that you've always been big on in your career is the power of networking, knowing everybody who's out there and knowing all the movers and shakers and what's going on, because everything can be collaborative. It doesn't have to be competitive from that standpoint.
Yes.
You know, this week's guest really was excited to have her on, man. I believe that her movement, her energy, the information that she's sharing with the public is something that the members of our audience would do greatly and benefit from. So as we do every week, Larry, could you share with our audience a little bit about the relationship you had with this week's guest and how you were able to gain her commitment to sit in on the show?
Definitely, man. So with this week's guest, I actually had the opportunity to meet her a few months ago. Philip Yates, which is one of our fraternity brothers from Stephen F. Austin, they were hosting him along with Chase Bank and several other partnerships that they have. They were hosting a Black Entrepreneur Wealth Week here in the city of Houston. So they had a 5 to 7 day of amazing opportunities, amazing speaking engagements. And at one of the very first events, I had a chance to meet her. She was actually the keynote speaker for this event. Got briefly introduced to her by Yates, and then had an opportunity of following her on Instagram and other social media platforms, and just thought she was amazing. I had never heard of what it is that she did. Like, I've never heard of a clarity coach. And so for me, it was amazing just listening to her voice and the energy that she had. And I reached out to her, man, and I just wanted her to be a part of this platform, give her an opportunity, give our followers an opportunity to meet this amazing person. And, she's here today. People's schedule gets busy. She found a way to get us in, man, and I appreciate that. And I'm just honored to have her here and just, expose her to the many guests and the many people that we have that follow us through our platform.
Hey, look, man, without any further ado, I'd like to introduce this week's guest. Like Larry mentioned, she is not only an author, speaker, but she is one of the most talented business strategists anywhere in the great state of Texas and the city of Houston. I want to thank her so much for sitting in with us, and I'd like to introduce the clarity coach, Ms. Precious Azurée.
Hey, happy Thursday.
How we doing? Thank you so much for sitting in, man. Larry, can you just feel the energy, brother? As soon as she popped in, my God, this is going to be a great interview.
Not only that, Rick, here's what stands out, right? When someone is a clarity coach and they got that many books behind them, you automatically think, oh, she up on game. I bet not going here saying anything wrong. She gonna be like, you better read The Secret. You better read Coach blah, blah. She got the point zone behind us back there.
I am quick to say I got a book for that. I got something for that. But yes, I hope you all have started your day with the spirit of gratitude and excellence. I most certainly have, and I'm just super excited and grateful for the opportunity to share this space with you all and drop some gems and give some value and some wisdom. So that's what I'm here for.
But Ms. Precious, thank you so much for sitting in. Like Larry mentioned, you are the clarity coach. So for those members of our audience that are being exposed and introduced to you for the first time, could you talk a little bit about the clarity coach, your foundation, and what it is that you provide for the business communities and entrepreneurs as a whole?
Awesome. So as the clarity coach, I help you simplify your decision-making in your life, brand, and business. That is what I do. As you know, when you are an entrepreneur, when you are seeking to become an established business owner, because, back in the day, entrepreneurship there wasn't a light shined upon that. You were seen as just somebody that's doing some side hustles, but now people are putting some respect on it. Those of us that have stood the grounds and established businesses and have teams, the decision-making gets more and more tough. Right. So as the clarity coach, that's who I'm here to serve, the novice entrepreneurs that are just starting out. That's like, I need to go ahead and make this jump, as well as the seasoned entrepreneurs that's seeking to scale and kind of redefine where they see themselves in their life and business.
I want to thank you so much for what it is that you do. And I have to ask you this question because Larry and myself, as real estate professionals and realtors, we provide the service of being able to help the community buy, sell, and invest in real estate, providing them with the best as far as information and helping guide them so that they can make the best decision for them and their families in the future. Now, you as the clarity coach, when you sit down with realtors, lenders, business owners, what type of questions do they bring to you initially? And what type of confusion do you help them work out that betters their business and help them become more successful?
The top one would be burnout, right? The first thing is burnout. Either they don't have the right people or they don't have the capacity to find the right people. And it typically results in poor resource allocation, allocating your resources of time, money, and people, and deciding where you need to reallocate and invest certain things and create a plan for that. So typically it's a lack of reallocation of resources.
I've never heard anybody point out burnout, but you are definitely right. I think as you get to scaling or you start to find that level of success, burnout is one of the first things that happen to you because you're trying to do too much. When you think about giving them advice on some of these things, is most occupations that they need to let something go and allow someone to help them, or is it, that's not making you any money, scale back? And what are your thoughts when it comes to that burnout question?
Well, typically when you're burnt out, you're doing too much. Mm-hmm. And it's like, let's reassess and make sure this is still aligned with the bigger goal, right? It comes down to prioritizing where their values are. Because I can say when I started my entrepreneurial journey, what my values were then and what they are now are totally different. And so it's really a personal assessment of what's important to me now, and then deciding, okay, what's going to add the most momentum for my business. And then you shed away the things that no longer align. And you have to pause in order to do that. And as an entrepreneur and as a Black entrepreneur, taking time to pause, it's a luxury sometimes, right? Right. So yeah, that's the process that you have to go through. And for the most part, it's somewhat emotional because you're tied to a lot of different things that you're doing. You're passionate, and especially the servant leaders that's out there serving, similar to you gentlemen, so it's important to have that person looking at things, bigger picture, forward thinking of like, okay, I see where you're trying to go. This is the pivot you need to make right now. So I'm very definitive in black and white when it comes to clarity. That's the only way. I can't sit in the gray with you. I can sit there for a little bit, and then we gotta make a decision.
We got to make a decision, no doubt about it.
I thank you so much because doing my research for this interview, one of the things that I was so impressed with when it comes to you, your organization, and what it is that you do is that some people would call you an author, but you do more than write books. I feel like you've created a system. So could you just share with our audience and explain to Larry and myself what motivated you to write the Faith Focus Formula and introduce our audience to that creation? Because like I said before, it's more than a book. It's like a system, a way of life. So just introduce us all to that, please.
No, I love that, man. So the Faith Focus Formula is my first book, actually, that I published last summer. And it's helping you get clarity in aligning your vision, your beliefs, and your finances with your time.
Yeah.
Ensuring that your beliefs, the vision you have for yourself, the money you want to make, that all of that is aligned with how you're spending your time. Because we can make mood boards all day. We can set goals all day. We can sit down and do personal development all day. But if we're not allocating our time to actually achieve the goals that we're setting, none of it matters. And if our beliefs are not aligned, it's certainly not going to manifest. And so that book came about. I was playing around with different content ideas back in 2020. My background's actually in branding and marketing. And 2019 was when I decided to shift from just branding to actual business development, personal and business development, because I found out that my true sauce when it came to working with someone, helping them develop their brand identity, their marketing campaigns, I really enjoyed bringing people together to accomplish one goal and ensuring that the CEO had the support and was developing the culture they needed to be sustainable. That was my true fulfillment. Great at branding and marketing, but that was where I felt fulfilled. So 2019 was when I made the pivot to personal and business development. And I have to add the business piece because some people see me, just me and my natural element. I'm very much so a spiritual being having a human experience. So people may align me with like a life coach. But for me as an entrepreneur, life, brand, and business is all interconnected. So if we're working together, I need to understand you as a whole to be able to help you and advise you to make plans that are sustainable. And so when I made that pivot, I was really obsessing and reflecting on my entrepreneurial journey and figuring out how did I get to where I am now? And my faith has played a major role. A lot of people will say, well, Precious, how do you make time to do everything? And it's because I allow my faith to be the center of my decision making, and my thoughts and my beliefs is what drives everything that I do. And so, when it comes to time management, people are really focused on, I need to get my calendar right, or I need to be more organized. Mind management comes first. And so the book allows you to go.
Mind management. I like that. Okay.
Yeah. Mind management comes first. So it's a 100-page read. It's a short read. The audiobook is going to be coming out this spring. So I'm super, super excited about that. So we may have to revisit this conversation when that time comes. Because I love audiobooks as well. And I'm actually reading it. So it'll be me speaking.
Okay.
So the book is a short read, but it really gives you a simple framework to get honest with yourself about what you believe about God, yourself, and others. Then looking at your vision, and not only looking at and dreaming and imagining what it looks like, but having a statement. As we know, words are so profound and so powerful. Being able to, don't you hate getting asked that question? So what's the big goal? What's your end game in life? It's like, I want to do everything God called me to do. That's what I want to do.
No,
but
that's right.
I give you a framework to actually put your statement together. Like my vision statement is, I'm so happy and grateful that I am a global leader, respected businesswoman, master communicator, style icon, passionate wife, passionate mother, and the epitome of God's grace and love.
Hey, come on, man.
That's my vision statement. And that's what I need to look and feel and be every single day. So now that I have these words to attach to my vision, that's my anchor for my decision making. Does this align with me being a master communicator? Does this align with me being a respected businesswoman? That is my anchor, right? And so you go through that process, and then you look at your finances and you say, okay, how much the life I want, how much does it actually cost? I don't think people run the numbers like that. And that's why I called the chapter. It says, run the numbers.
Run the numbers, yeah.
And actually, I ran the numbers already for you. So I've already put the numbers in there. And so I make it just very, very clear of like, okay, I'm BS. The answers are right here. I just have to pick and choose which one and which route I want to go. And the last part of the book is talking about prioritizing your goals, talking about time management, and talking about, how we can't necessarily get rid of distractions, but we can prepare for them. So that's the high level overview.
Yeah.
Let
me ask you, when it comes to today's entrepreneurs that you come in contact with, is it more difficult, or have more people bought into manifestation and faith and stuff like that? Have more people bought into it, or do you still find that that's a sauce that you have to still motivate new entrepreneurs on nowadays? What are your thoughts on that?
So I think the awareness is there.
Okay.
It's how to actually realize it practically in their day-to-day life. So the importance of faith, I don't necessarily have to harp on that too much, but it's like, okay, I know this is important. I know my thoughts matter. I know my beliefs matter. But when things start to shift or things start to change, having that ability to adapt quickly and make decisions is where I help them fill in that gap. is when we get ruffled up. We good when everything's good.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, how do I still stay anchored while things are shifting and constantly shifting?
Yeah. Okay. I was wondering.
Yeah.
I have to ask, for those in our audience that have heard your story, that have been totally taken by your energy, your positivity, let's walk through the process that they go about scheduling time with you online. Can we talk about how one would go about scheduling some time with the Clarity Coach? Is it a virtual thing? Are there face-to-face meetings? Can you just walk us through that process?
Perfect. You go to theclaritycoach.co and you book a reality check call. Okay. It's called a reality check. All right. And when you click on that form, you have to choose whether it's a reality check in life, in your brand, or in your business.
Okay.
But I only work with people that are working towards building financial freedom. So I'm not here to just listen to your problems that you got going on. I want to listen so we can create a plan. So that is the first step. And that's about a 20-minute call. And that's for me to listen and kind of understand your pain points and to make sure I'm a good fit, because you may not be ready for my services. I may refer you to someone else or give you homework. I'm really good at giving homework where I'm like, I need to do these things first and then we can get started. But if it's a great fit after that call, I can get you enrolled into my coaching program and we can rock it out for 3 to 6 months, whichever works for you.
That's what's up. Wow. And you take on males and females, right?
Yes. And I actually have more male clients than female clients.
Okay.
Which I have this very deep empathy for Black men. Yeah. I feel like it's a lot of women empowerment, a lot of resources out here for women. But for Black men, I'm like, where is it?
Listen, you're preaching to the crowd.
Y'all.
Thank you for feeling. That's why I had to ask, right? Because at the end of the day, it's just so many. I feel like we as men, we see people like yourself that are doing amazing things. We're like, I want to tap in. Like, I got the resources to tap in with someone that I trust and that I know is going to pour into me and give me value. But then we get that, I only work with women. Man, like, you know what I mean? That's the defeat that comes along with it sometimes. So I do appreciate you for offering your service to us as well. We need it too. We need it more than ever nowadays, right? Like,
just imagine if Black men had the clarity to align their beliefs, their vision, and their finances with their time, the world would be such a better place. So I want to be a part of that change.
Yes, that point.
Well, Precious, I want you to know, man, all of our viewers on Facebook, man, love the conversation. They love your energy. Just like Larry and myself, man, can just feel that positivity. It's positivity emanating, man. It's really doing great things for those in the audience. I want to thank you again. This is a question that Larry and I ask all of our guests, and I want to ask you the same question. When you think back to your upbringing as a young lady, were there any members of your family, close personal circle, that were entrepreneurs and business owners? And if so, how did they serve as an example for you to trailblaze the way that you have as far as building your own brand and foundation of being company?
Wow. Both my parents, my mother and my father, they were never married, but I was able to witness my mom go from working at St. Luke's Hospital to becoming a real estate agent. And her and her husband ended up opening some other businesses. So I've always seen my mom own her time. I remember taking notes in the car on her yellow legal pad for her on her phone calls, going to the bank, making deposits, withdrawals. So that was all part of my childhood. Sending faxes. I know people don't send faxes anymore, but I learned how to use a fax machine at a young age. Wow. And then on my dad, he had started his own debt collection agency and had an office in the 2600 buildings over there a long time ago.
That's why you said you were familiar with it.
They always own their time, and I saw it, and they live their life. And of course, parents making sure that we have what we need as kids. And I even had my little candy business back in the day, taking me to Sam's to get my inventory. Yeah,
me too.
It's in my blood. Literally.
Wow. That's what's up. That's amazing. And I love the candy stories, because I don't think, you know that you hit a victory point when you hear somebody give the candy story, because I think that was all of our foundation in the beginning.
Yes.
You can't come from seeing people doing entrepreneur things. And then, like, I was at Sam's too. Like, back when you had to have the card, it was only special people were able to go to Sam's, right? At that time. I don't even know how my grandmother ended up with a card. No, it was my friend's mom that had a card. Yeah, so it was, but we used to go to Sam's and yeah, you just brought back some memories. That was a good time.
Right?
Yeah, wow.
You know, this has been a great interview, Precious. I thank you so much. I know, like you said before, I know how your schedule can be, especially leading into the weekend. But for those members of our audience that would love to meet, greet, and interact with you on a personal, professional basis, when will that next opportunity be, and where would they go about being able to interact with you, Ms. Azurée?
Awesome. So I actually have a women's event next Thursday downtown in Houston. On my journey of entrepreneurship, in addition to building my agency with personal business development, I also co-founded a nonprofit, a Black female-led research and data activism organization. And so we use data to advocate for social change and making sure we can measure our impact to get sustainable funding. We, as in Black, Brown, and Indigenous-led organizations. So we do some amazing work, started out in Austin, and we're expanding to Houston. So as a soft launch, we are honoring women for International Women's Day. So we're doing a happy hour on Thursday, March 7th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at our Houston office. So you'll get to meet and greet. I'll be there. I'll be leading the programming. We'll have some wine and cheese and keep it cute, keep it dainty. But the event's called Her Story is Data, and lived experience is data. Our stories matter, and they can be used to inform solutions to create change in our community. And so that's the platform that we're creating, and we're just hoping we can connect with as many women in the city as possible.
That's what's up. Wow. Okay.
Hey, man, I invite everyone in the audience, go to Ms. Azurée's link tree that you see there on the screen, RSVP, let her know so that we can have the right amount of things there for the happy hour.
Yes.
So, hey, thank you so much. Larry and I just love being able to have you sit in with us. This has been a great interview. In the future, if there's anything as far as news, updates that you want us to get out to the audience, please do not hesitate. You have a seat here with Larry and myself anytime you would like to sit in with us, man. So thank you so much.
I appreciate that. Precious Appreciation Month is underway. That is the month of May. Okay. So my birthday month. So my birthday is on May 6th, but around that time, I will be releasing my audiobook as well. So we'll definitely have a lot of updates by then that we could be able to share and tap in. I love, sharing with your community and being able to add as much value as I can.
That's before you go. So the audiobook part of it, has it been, do you say it's, because I've been thinking about doing the audio thing. So it's just a personal question. What is your thoughts on it? What is is it like, have you done voiceover work before or something? Or is this your first time?
Well, my background, childhood was broadcast journalism. So I've been talking professionally for a very long time. Okay. And then when it comes to social, I started creating social on content on IG, like back in 2015, when we could only do 15-second video clips. And so yeah, my whole life I've been public speaking. Okay. And the engineer was even like, okay, that was a good take. Next. Like we were just moving through it, Okay. But yeah, I did take my book and I turned it into an audio script because if I'm talking, I'll say things a little bit differently, a little bit more conversational. But it was a very simple process. And so it'll be available exclusively on Audible. And yeah, I'm like, this summer is about to be crazy momentum. And I'm excited.
That's what's up. High five, man. I love
it. Blessings. We wish everything nothing but success for you, man. This is going to be a great thing with the audio book. Everyone in the audience, go check her out. Go to her website. Go to her IG. Let's blow it up and support. Yes, Thank you so much, Queen, for sitting in with us, man. It was definitely worth the wait, Larry.
Yes.
Hey, look, man, this is one of those. So thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon.
I appreciate you. Never forget you are worthy, intelligent, and necessary. So I'll see y'all next time.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Bye.
There it is,
Come on, man. I know how to identify good energy, bro.
Right there, no doubt.
Yeah, I know how to identify good energy, man. She came on and then I definitely knew it. And it's crazy. I always love the story of Candy. It's just in me. And you know what? Whenever someone says it, it kind of like it hits me like, you know what, Larry? See, this is how you knew that this was going to be an amazing interview with an amazing person. And as they go and follow her you know, and watch her on our stores, our IG, and just take on the information. Then you see all the manifestations and why it is that she has so much success. So, you know, some people you just can't replace when it comes to being a good person. And she has the energy of an amazing person.
No, I agree totally, man. Look, man, before we sign off this week, you know, we got to give everybody in the audience an opportunity to hang out, meet, greet, and kick it with the Texas Real Estate King on the weekend. So will you be here in the city, man? Is there anything you'd like to share, and what's going on this weekend in the world of the Texas Real Estate King?
Man, you know what? Tonight, I think I'm going to pop into one of our previous guests, alumni, Rob V. What's Rob's last name? You know,
Villanueva.
Yeah, Rob Villanueva, him and his brother, you know, he's the owner of a culture downtown. And so they started the day is the lunch of their grand opening of their happy hour. So they'll be doing a happy hour from, I believe it's 3 to 6 or 3 to 9. And so I'll be stopping down there to visit with you. You know, I love going out and supporting our past alumni guests, people that are poured into our platform and poured into the people that love and support us. So I'll be going down there. So shout out to Rob for that. And also another one of our guests, Marcus in insurance, him and his insurance team. This weekend is his birthday, or today is his birthday. So he's got a big event going on. So I'll probably pop into his event later on this evening. I can't think of the details on where that's at, but that's where it's at. I'll be out. So I'll be out and about today, guys.
Hey, look, I had to let you go. We normally don't get that much detail from the Texas Real Estate King. Look, you see, I had to fall back. I said, oh, he giving it all up. That's what's happening. Big huge shout out to Rob V, man. Rob Villanueva, man. Congratulations on everything. We look forward to supporting you this evening, man. Big huge shout out to Marcus Tolson and everybody at Trust Tolson Insurance. Happy birthday to you, brother, man. See, Prime Real Estate Network alumni, man. We try to make sure we keep that group tight knit, bro. So look. On behalf of myself, Rick Davis, and the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks, we want to thank everyone in the audience for tuning into the Prime Real Estate Network podcast this week. In the meantime, in between time, if you need us, we just a phone call, text message, email, DM away. So until this time next week, everyone in the audience, please be safe and be blessed.
Be blessed.